Hi, I'm Richard Holcomb, and welcome to Who Rocks New Mexico. Today, we'll meet Mark Johnson, who's plugging into the sun in a big way with Soluna Solar. We'll spend some time with El Ranchito de los Niños, keeping brothers and sisters together. We'll also meet businessman, balladeer, and a buddy to Berkey business owners, Bob Farrell, publisher of My ABQ and Business Resource Guides. But first, Griffin & Associates has embraced new media, and they're seeing dramatic results for their clients.
So the world has moved to this device, and the stats are showing that by the year 2020, which is dangerously close, 6 years from now, over 85% of the world will be using this. And what that means is more and more people today are getting all their information. They're finding your business, they're finding your nonprofit, they're finding your event on a screen this size. So the world really has moved away from the PC and to the phone. So the first thing that every business needs to make sure is that their website is responsive and works well on a screen that is that small. The last thing you want is people to have to sit there on their device and try to make it bigger so they can read it, because if it's too much trouble, guess what? They're going to be on to the next competitor.
So one of our smaller clients, Land of Enchantment Spine Surgery, in looking at all their Google Analytics, we were really able to get in there and determine that over 60% of all the searches to their site, their traditional display site, was happening through mobile devices. In response to that, we went ahead and built out a responsive site for Land of Enchantment Spine. And the site is an exact mirror of anything that you would be exposed to on the display side. You also can search it with your mobile device as well. And we've noticed since we went to the responsive site for Land of Enchantment Spine Surgery that traffic to the website has gone up. The number of pages viewed has skyrocketed, and then also the average site duration is well over 3 to 5 minutes.
Everything really is online today, and that is great news because we can hone in and target the exact audience that we're trying to reach. So in the old days when I was in school 30 years ago, it was all about reaching the masses. So advertising was all about how many millions of impressions are you getting, and you spent millions of dollars to reach those millions of people. Today we can hone in and reach the 1,000 people or the 100 people or the 10 people or the one person that you're wanting to reach, and you're only going to pay to reach that person.
One of the major tools that we've been using in the kind of new media world is Facebook advertising, LinkedIn advertising. What's really cool about those things is that they're highly targeted, and you're speaking to just the audience that you want to be speaking to. You can target by zip code, by city, by state. It's really neat, all the stuff that you can do now, and all of the analytics that Facebook has in the back end allows you to see what's working and what's not. One of the clients that we've had a lot of success with is the town of Taos. We have a sign up on their website. We also have a sign up at the visitor center so people can opt into the list. And we average about 15 to 20% opening rate with that, and probably 10% click-through rate.
So in today's world, the media is changing so quickly, and what I find for a lot of businesses and business people that I talk to is they're completely overwhelmed. They're stymied. It's like, oh my God, do I Twitter, do I Facebook, do I buy social media, do I get a responsive website, do I buy bathroom stall advertising? I'm just like, I don't know where to go next. So if you find yourself in that position, let us talk to you. We always give a complimentary consultation, can take a look at your business and your organization and help you sort through all the options and figure out what is the best plan for you.
A lot of places rock our state too. Here's another Travel Guide New Mexico moment. We're going to show you another way that you can view Albuquerque, this one from 10,000 feet. So let's take a ride and fly high on the Sandia Peak Tramway. As many times as I've taken this ride, I never get tired of riding the Sandia Peak Tram. So come along for the ride. The Sandia Peak Tram is the world's longest aerial tram. It takes us up 2.7 miles, and when we get to the top, we're at 10,378 feet above sea level. The tram's 43 years old, and in its existence has carried over 9 million people, and each of these cars can handle about 50 passengers. Here we are going over Tower 2. The car is going to jiggle a little bit. That's half the fun of taking the ride. We're at 8,750 feet and just about halfway up to the top of Sandia Peak. Now here's the tram car that's going down. It has a roof rider on it, and we're about 1,000 feet above the ground when the two cars pass. Well, there's a lot of sightseeing to do when you're up here on the top, but there's a lot more than just checking out the views. Boy, there's a lot of great hiking up here. You can take the Crest Trail from the radio TV towers all the way to Harris Canyon. And you can take the La Luz Trail and hike it up, ride the tram down, or ride the tram up and hike it down. We said there's a lot more to do once you're on top, so let's ride the Sandia Peak chairlift.
Well, hi, and thanks for coming up to Sandia Peak ski area. We're able to have fun up here year-round. Of course, as a ski area, we have skiing and snowboarding in the winter, about 26 miles of trails. In the summertime, we have a lot of fun as well. We do mountain biking. We let gravity help us out quite a bit. Our trick to that is we have our chairlift take the bikes up. We load them on specially made bike racks. And then our attendants take off the bikes for the customers, and the customers get to start from the top and ride down. The Sandia Peak ski area is a great place to come summer and winter, so feel free to bring your family out and have a lot of fun up here.
If there's one must-see destination in the greater Albuquerque area, it's the Sandia Peak Aerial Tramway and Ski Area, an adventure you'll want to take your friends and family on winter and summer. For more information, visit sandiapeak.com. Up next, cowboy crooner and savvy businessman.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson, the owner of American Tire and Service. Do you know what makes a great mechanic? Training is mighty important. Certification? You bet. But do you know what really makes a great mechanic? Heart. It's a passion that drives a mechanic to do the right thing every time. We've been helping people like you for over 25 years. We're locally owned and proud to serve you.
American Tire and Service on Highway 528 between Southern and Northern. The only guys for you.
What you don't need when it's time to close your mortgage is a nameless, faceless voice at the other end of a 1-800 number. What you do need is a licensed local loan officer who will attend your closing, sit with you and answer every one of the questions that you will surely have as you read and sign over 57 legal documents. At Frost Mortgage, we're licensed, we're professional, and we're local. We don't just close loans, we open doors.
We'd like to invite you to First Tuesdays, a networking event created specifically for business owners and executives.
Giving you the opportunity to interact on a personal level with business people just like you.
Mark your calendar for every first Tuesday in 2014.
4:30 to 6:30 at Hotel Albuquerque's Q Bar for free hors d'oeuvres, happy hour cash bar,
And networking with fellow business owners and executives.
It's new, it's social, it's your opportunity to make new connections, build relationships, and share new ideas with your peers.
No pressure, no speakers, no roster, and no rules.
And name tags with first names only, so the focus is on you rather than your company.
It's First Tuesdays for business owners and executives, 4:30 to 6:30 at Hotel Albuquerque's Q Bar.
To register, visit firsttuesdaysabq.com. Be there!
Need office space? 3791 Southern Boulevard in Rio Rancho represents an outstanding value in office space in the heart of Rio Rancho's business district. With clean and versatile space available, 3791 Southern Boulevard is a 2-story office building and offers good visibility with signage opportunities for tenants. There's only one suite of up to 2,700 square feet still available, so act now. For more information, call David at 505-259-3706.
Bob Farrell, publisher, balladeer, and businessman, and his publications, the Albuquerque Business Resource Guide and My ABQ Guide, are a hit with local businesses.
Jason Mayer and myself, we worked for a national company out of San Diego doing military and chamber relocation guides, and we decided to start our own publication in Las Vegas for a niche that wasn't there and was serving all the business community. Everywhere that somebody moves, they really need a relocation guide to help them get acclimated to the new area. So we found it wasn't just Las Vegas that could use both of these type of publications, it was every major city that we went to.
In 2008 is when Bob kind of approached me about the idea of starting the Business Resource Guide, or starting a publication in general, and we kind of put together all of the experiences we'd had. Bob is very passionate about connecting people, and that's what makes him a great salesperson.
There are no other magazines that are specifically and uniquely about businesses. So we chose Business Resource Guide because it was a unique publication about businesses. Not only are we pleased with the Business Resource Guide, but during the Business Resource Guide, he also created My ABQ Guide. I'm not here to try to sell Bob. Bob sells himself. He is, what you see is what you get. We continue to advertise because we like the results.
I'd like to introduce you to Kathy Bomsey. She's our Director of Business Development. She's been with the company now for 2 years, just had her anniversary with us, and she does a great job of cultivating business in town.
One of my main tasks is to bring in new clients for Business Resource Guide and My ABQ Guide. I feel proud to stand behind both our publications. I feel proud to have my name on the masthead. I feel they're quality publications and that there's really nothing else like them in town.
You know, I clearly would recommend the Albuquerque Business Resource Guide for businesses looking to work with other businesses. I think it's an excellent way of reaching out to the business community here. So actually, with the relocation guide, we have used it for recruitment of employees that might be moving to town.
As an Air Force veteran, there are a lot of things that I hold dear to me, and one of the things I was doing while I was working here is trying to find what's really important to me, and I found this organization called Paws and Stripes, and they take care of military veterans as well as dogs and animals. They help save both of those.
Paws and Stripes is a nonprofit organization that provides service dogs to disabled veterans who are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder as well as traumatic brain injuries. What Bob's told us is that he's found a spot in his heart for Paws and Stripes. To be quite honest with you, I have a lot of people that I bump into, especially in the Albuquerque area, that all of a sudden they see the Paws and Stripes truck and they're bringing up the whole, you know, we saw your article in the Business Resource Guide. And I was like, wow, okay, that's kind of cool. And then you start to realize that we would have never been able to touch these people if it wasn't for that publication. You know, life has a way of coming full circle. And with the help of Bob and the Business Resource Guide and the publication, we've been able to get out and really touch a lot more individuals as far as with what Paws and Stripes does and our mission statements.
Bob Farrell, the musician. I have been playing music my first time on stage. My father was a musician in the Boston area. It's my one release where I can say I'm away from work. I think about just music, and it's a wonderful thing.
Dreams I've always had are coming true. A heart that was alone and peaceful too. A life I'll share with you till the end of time. Thank God it all came together to make you mine.
The New Mexico Sinus Institute is changing the lives of New Mexicans who suffer from sinus issues.
Thousands of New Mexicans suffer from breathing issues, sinus infection and headaches, severe allergies, loss of hearing, taste and smell, and other ear, nose, and throat issues. The good news is there's help. The New Mexico Sinus Institute.
I love helping people, and I love watching them get better. They come in, they're feeling miserable, and we do sinus surgery or whatever surgery, taking out tonsils, And then over the next couple weeks, you just see them get better. You see their pain and their suffering go away. It's very rewarding, and I think that's why most doctors go into it, is because they love to help people. And I love the patient population. You know, we see people from pediatric patients need their tonsils out, all the way up to older people who have hearing loss. And then the procedures, it's fun to be able to take care of people and actually do something that's going to make a difference, and usually a relatively short amount of time.
I saw a patient today that said that he was back to doing hobbies that he had been unable to do previously because of the fatigue and the discomfort that he had from his chronic sinus pressure.
With the sinus surgery, I do a lot of sinus surgery. Those patients are begging for surgery. There's not many surgeries that you do where people come in asking for it, they really want it, and they're excited to be better. We've set up a healthcare system basically in this practice where we have physician assistants who work with me. We can cover the whole state and be able to provide care to people who normally wouldn't be able to get in.
I'm Jeff Davis. I'm a physician assistant, and I work alongside with Dr. Alexander as one of his team members to see patients in a quick and efficient manner. It's very satisfactory to see them leave our clinic feeling a lot better.
And there's no long waits to get in to see us. Usually we can get them in within the same day or the next couple of days. And people who live in outreaches like Lovington or Hobbs, oftentimes they have to drive great distances to get health care. We want to do it to where they can have surgery, they can be treated within their hometown, and then get appointments relatively quickly.
Dr. Alexander, his staff, his office, everybody's professional, and if you need to see an ENT, this is the place you want to go. They take great care of you, and they're wonderful people.
The New Mexico Sinus Institute has expanded to 5 clinics throughout the state: Rio Rancho, Los Alamos, Taos, Roswell, and Hobbs, bringing ear, nose, and throat care directly to patients. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 1-855-81-SINUS.
Up next, using solar power is less expensive than ever. Have you thought about taking a great vacation to a great place with a great group of people? Then I have the perfect trip for you. The Tourism Association of New Mexico invites you to join us for 9 glorious days in Costa Rica, October 11th to the 19th. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that takes you to San Jose, a coffee plantation, beautiful beaches, the Monteverde cloud forest, not to mention the world-famous hanging bridges, the Arenal volcano, and a Lake Arenal cruise. Want more? How about the Caño Negro Wildlife Refuge, the capital city, and the unforgettable National Theater? And did I mention beautiful beaches? This invitation is open to all of you, and I hope you'll join me on a trip I've wanted to take for a long time: Costa Rica in October. I'll be there and hope you'll come along too for an unforgettable adventure. For more information and registration information, visit TANMCostaRicaAdventure.com. That's TANMCostaRicaAdventure.com. We'll have a blast in Costa Rica, so join us October 11th to the 19th.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson with American Tire and Service. Did you know any independent, reputable automotive repair center can provide factory scheduled maintenance under your new vehicle warranty? It's true, you don't need to go to the dealer. You know us, you trust us. So check your owner's manual for scheduled maintenance and let your guys at American Tire do the rest. Engine maintenance, transmission, tire rotation, any scheduled maintenance. American Tire and Service, your guys for all your vehicle maintenance and repairs. See us today.
Hi, I just saw Robert Wagner on television reading a script about reverse mortgages. You know, Robert doesn't know anything about reverse mortgages, but I do. Every month at Frost Mortgage, we loan hundreds of thousands of dollars to seniors to eliminate their mortgage payments for the rest of their lives. How much better would your life be if you didn't have a mortgage payment to make next month? If you're 62 or older, give us a call and we'll show you how this wonderful mortgage program works.
Solar power is a perfect solution for today's energy demands, and there's a solar company in Dixon, New Mexico that's plugging into the sun in a big way.
Sinus Solar in Los Ebanistas is located in Dixon, New Mexico in the Embudo Valley. This area is rich with history. Having our business here is a wonderful aspect because we do give that feel of we're a hometown place. You're going to know us by name. We're always going to be there for you, and we're here to stay.
Sinus Solar is a division of Los Ebanistas Incorporated, which is our construction business. We spun off Sinus Solar doing solar thermal heating systems for the homes that we're building and some retrofits. The project that we're at today is a system that we originally put in about 4 years ago and added onto it just this year. And it offsets the natural gas bill by about 90%. We have it hooked into a backup heating system run by natural gas, but it has cut the energy production by 90%.
The house was an existing home that we bought maybe 5-6 years ago that Mark Johnson had built originally. And after we were in it for a while, I told Mark I wanted to see if we could do thermal solar. I think in a part of the country like this where we've got just abundant sunshine, to take advantage of that resource is a good thing. We can run the whole house on solar, both hot water and thermal heat.
Sinus Solar is one of the few companies, and really the only one in the north, that we offer both solar thermal and hot water heat for houses and photovoltaic for grid-tied electrical systems.
What's neat about solar right now is that we believe that in about 3 to 5 years you'll be able to power your home from your roof or on your property cheaper than what you can buy energy from the local utility, which is very exciting and a new thing that we're trying to talk to our clients about and let them realize that solar technology is here, and why not put the sun to use.
It's time to dispel the myth that solar is too expensive. In just the last few years, solar costs have dropped about 2/3, making a residential system an 8 or 9 year payback and a business system 5 or 6 year payback. And then for the next 25 or 30 years after that, you'll have free electricity.
Behind us is one of our commercial jobs. This is Taos Charter School. It consists of 420 modules, and it's the community solar project. It's the first of its kind in New Mexico. The cool thing about this community solar project is that members of the Kit Carson utility will be able to purchase 1, 2, 3, however modules they desire in order to offset their bill at home. So what this system is doing, it's making energy here, even though it's not tied directly to your home, it's still offsetting your bill. For whatever energy it's making here at this location, you're able to apply that to your utility bill.
A good reason to, the reason to pick Sinus Solar is because of our varied abilities in the construction business and in solar, thermal, and our renewable energy, our plumbing and electrical expertise. And you want to hire a company like us who has all of those talents in-house. To put it all in a nutshell, to go solar, you save money, it helps your pocketbook. Even better than that, you're doing something for the environment, you're doing something for your kids in the future, for your children and your children's children. And that's a really good reason to go solar.
Keeping brothers and sisters together is the mission of El Ranchito de los Niños.
El Ranchito is a loving and stable children's home where brothers and sisters can live together as they grow into adulthood or until they can be reunited with their families.
Years ago, our company, Sundance Mechanical and Utility, had a nonprofit that gave to other organizations that helped families, either with rental assistance or money or washers, dryers, whatever the families needed. We decided that we wanted to make sure that we were directly helping children. So we thought the best way to do that would be starting a children's home. children that lose their parents, it's very hard, or that they can't live with their parents, but to actually lose a brother and a sister and not be able to live with them, it's hard for them to not have them in their lives. So we felt the need to have the siblings stay together. There's children in our community around the state that have parents that cannot take care of them. So we want to ensure that these children have their brothers and sisters to grow up with.
Our Ranchito serves any child age 0 to 18. We do a couple of things. We try to figure out where there are a lack of services for children and try to meet that need. So for example, in New Mexico, there aren't very many programs that take entire sibling groups under the age of 5. And so we are willing to do that. Our goal and our belief is that siblings that are allowed to grow up together are far better off and experience far less trauma. El Ranchito offers an opportunity for these children to come to a new and different and better place so that they can launch into adulthood as fully functioning, loving, caring, nurturing human beings.
What I like about El Ranchito is they help you to succeed and get you ready for when you graduate to get on and onto your own and prepared. They give me the opportunity to have a job and they support it, and when I'm having problems they're always there and they're always asking, well, what can we do to help out? What can we do to make whatever you want to do possible? I've learned to keep going when there's doubts or times are tough. Never give up, pretty much whatever I do. My favorite thing about El Ranchito is I'm able to show animals, and I'm allowed to get a good education, and I know they're always going to be there for me.
The basic needs for these children is food, clothing, and education. And you can help out in all those ways. We send our children to private schools so they can get the best education possible, and so you can also help out with tuition.
Since every bite of food, every shirt on a child's back is a gift from someone, we spend a lot of time seeking those gifts to ensure that the children receive the care that they have been promised. This is a place where they're growing up. This is where they experience love, brain development, where they learn to read, where they say their prayers just before bed. People take care of them and love them and nurture them.
We take no state or federal funding, so everything that the children have here is given to us by donors. So you could help out by giving money, by being volunteers, or by just coming and bringing anything that we need for these children.
For me to be here is peace and joy, laughter, love. I love the kids, they return the love, and it makes me smile, and I go home very happy. And I always get back more than what I give.
My goals for El Ranchito would be that these children know that they have a stable home to live in, that they have self-worth, that there is a God, and that they have enough background that they're able to go on from here and have a productive, happy life.
Your gift makes it possible for children to experience a safe childhood through nurturing and love. To find out how you can help, call this number or go to elranchitonm.org.
That's all the time we have this week on Who Rocks New Mexico. I hope you enjoyed the show as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. And while you're out and about this week, if you see our men and women in uniform, stop them and be sure and thank them for their service. If you'd like more information on the folks you saw on today's show, check us out on the web at whorocksnm.com. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week.